YouTube. It's me again, Colin, with another guitar video, and this time it's going to be a comparison of two Harley Benton guitars, which have got similarities and differences. I'll be talking about those, what I think about them, let you hear some sound examples. There'll be timestamps on the bottom. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that stuff. But let me get on to this. Okay, it's the Harley Benton JA-60, which I've had for a while now, taken to a few gigs. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And this Harley Benton, a copy of a slightly different guitar. So this is, well, jazz mastery, Les Paul-ish. You get the idea. The big similarity between these two is the price, because these two are roughly the same price. There are some significant differences, and we'll talk about those, and you'll hear some sound examples. Okay, I'm going to start off with this one, because it's plugged in. So this is the Jazzmaster style. It's not exactly a Jazzmaster. The pickups people are discussing either P90s or Jazzmaster style. I think they're Jazzmaster style. I've heard of people changing the pot meters to get the tone more similar to a Jazzmaster. I didn't bother with replacing or changing the pot meters. I did do an adjustment I'll mention later, but I did because I'm happy with the sound of it. I like the sound of it. It's a fun guitar. The advantages of this one, it's lighter than the other one. This one is just, what was it, 2.9 kilos. I don't know what that is in pounds. I might put a link in here or something, but 2.9 kilos. And the this one is much heavier. This was over 4 kilos. I think it's just under 4.2 kilos, this particular one. That's a heavy guitar. You notice this one when you're playing it a lot. You feel it. But the Jazzmaster is light. It's got a light sound. We're plugged into, you can see it there, the Fender Champ. It's buzzing a bit because of lights and stuff in the room, but don't worry. Neck pickup. With a plectrum. Middle position. The front, it's got just a little bit more low, but it's still got the bite, the brightness. In the middle, it's a nice mix. It's great when you're in a band setting because it's very mid-ish. You know, you really, I hate the phrase, cut through the mix. You know, it's got a presence there which is quite nice. The bridge pickup, see what you think of it. Initially, I wasn't so keen on the bridge pickup. I thought it wasn't twangy like a Telecaster, and I'd kind of hoped for something like that. So, well, I used Telecaster. But I'm getting more used to it. I'm actually enjoying that sound for some particular parts. To be honest, I usually leave it in the middle position or on the neck position. And through something like the Champ, it's nice and bright and fun to play with not many effects. Maybe a distortion on top of it is the only thing I put on top of it. Sometimes for a bit more edge onto it, really. Although that Champ can, if you turn up a bit, goes fine. Anyway, so that's this guitar. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I've taken it to gigs. I've used it in quite a few places. It stays in tune. It's light. It sounds nice. It looks cool. And for 150-ish, 160 euros, you get really a good guitar. I didn't need to make any adjustments on the neck. The intonation I did have to slightly adjust on it. I was able to lower the action a bit to make it comfortable for me. I don't like it too low, or I'm not used to it too low, to put it that way. So there's a bit of height on it, which is fine for me. Yeah, what's not to like about this cool guitar? For a while, I'd fitted a tremolo bridge onto this, the Duesenberg tremolo system, which replaces the stop bar. It's now on a different guitar for a while, and I do miss it because that worked really well with it. Worked nice. It gave me a bit more stuff I could play with, basically, in a gig. and it stayed in tune with that system using the stock bridge. So not the roller bridge replacement, which I was thinking of doing, but with the stock bridge, as long as you don't do dive bombs on it, which it was never meant for, that worked really well. So that's this guitar. But then what about, think about the other one? There'll be a bangy, crackly noise. Okay, so now we're on to the, basically a Les Paul copy, but for a fraction of the price. Comparable price over here in Europe to the Jazzmaster one, but much heavier, really much heavier. A thick neck, a chunky thick neck. We'll let you hear some of the sounds of it. So we'll take you through the whole sound. So the neck pickup. So it's a higher output than on the Jazzmaster, but they're not particularly hot pickups compared to other guitars I've got or used with humbucker pickups. They're not as hot as some of them, but it is a higher output than the Jazzmaster, but it's still nice. Let's try the same chords. Bit deep. I'm not using the neck pickup so much on this. I'm using now the middle position. Nice sustain. There is more sustain, there's more body to the sound than the Jazzmaster style. And on the bridge pickup, it rings quite well. On this guitar, I've also made no changes. I adjusted the action to get it a little bit lower without adjusting the neck. I didn't need to adjust the neck on this one either. Intonation was spot on. I could get the string height a bit lower for me, but not too low. The neck could do with a bit more work maybe to get it really perfect, but it's out of the box. It was actually quite playable indeed. What else? I've not adjusted anything to this. No replacements made. The tuners on this particular model, yeah, they you can see, look at them. Oh, there they go. They stay in tune. They feel a bit cheap. They feel a little bit cheaper than on the Jazzmaster, and the Jazzmaster ones feel a bit more positive in the feel, you know, the mechanics of it, the engineering of it. So they're good. It works. They're not the best tuners, but it stays in tune. I'm not going to replace them until I really get fed up with it. I would be tempted also to put the Duesenberg trem system on this, but then obviously the gold one to match these. And if you look at the hardware a bit closer, you do see it's not the most expensive hardware in the world, but it feels quite solid. The switch feels okay. The pots feel fine and they work right. No crackle, no problem with them. I'm enjoying it. The difference I noticed, particularly with these two, when I'm using it somewhere, is this one looks cool. I might grab a photo of here we somewhere playing in our place, and it's a rock and roll guitar. You know, I actually quite like the whole white scheme of this thing. It looks a bit flashy on stage, a bit showing off. I'm not a good guitar player, but if you pose, you know, that's half the show, innit? So I really like the look of this one, and it sounds pretty okay. For the money, I think it's great. Also, 160 euros, I think, at the moment on the Tomon site. Delivered to your door, and you can have a lot of fun with it. It's a bit heavier than the other one. If I go to a gig, it depends on the gig, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to take with me. I like any of them, to be honest. Either one will be fine to use. This one, I like the fact that it's a bit more flashy. If you put a nice long strap on, hang it low, and just get some power chords in there with a good band behind you as well, you can have a lot of fun with this guitar. It's really nice. It does sing nicely, nice sustain. Not super high output pickups. I wouldn't bother replacing them personally because they work. So that's why I take this guitar. Bit of a show. But I've got to admit, the one I take most at the moment out of these two, there's other ones I take as well, but when I'm taking one of these two, I would probably choose this one because it's light. I really enjoy that. It's super light. It feels nice. It's got a nice mid brightish tone to it on both pickups and the neck pickup. So my preference of the two is this one to take with me. The only thing I would like, and maybe I'll contact Toman about this, is I would really like to get the white scratch plate that they put on different models. I don't think they sell it as a spare part officially, but maybe if I contact the service people, because I think this would look really nice with a white scratch plate instead of this fake tortoise shell kind of thing in here. So this is the one I generally take with me because it's light and I can hang around all day with it and hardly feel the thing. Whereas that Harley Benton Gibson copy is quite a bit heavier, so I feel it. So that's my short comparison and my review with a couple of sounds out of the two of them. Both great guitars, great deals. If you're interested in getting one, there'll be a affiliate link below pointing to where I got them from. Your prices may vary depending on your base, but around here it's all in euros and they're very comparable. Great guitars, great service from Tomon. This is not sponsored, apart from if you use the affiliate link, then I get a little bit of credit if you happen to buy one through there. If you've got any questions, chuck them down below and I'll do my best to answer. I'll see if I can find a bit of video to tag onto this of it, and either of them being used live. Okay, have a great day everybody, take care, and see you next time. Bye for now.